What is up, guys? We have an Undefeated in Swiss tournament here at the PS5 hat tournament. First ever at CX, and here we have a player who is actually a modern player, and he decided to play hat today. Why hat format out of all the other retro formats that you wanted to play?
It just so happened that my friends wanted to play. What's up?
Right. Your friends have all the hat stuff?
Shout out to my friend Aaron. Like he helped me out a bit. He helped me out a bit.
Hi, Aaron.
Like I was able to. I owned a court, but like I knew how to play this one back then too. So it's like this is like kind of like muscle memory for me.
Okay, sweet. So what did you got cooking up?
Armor.
Okay.
Deck. Yeah.
So you said in Swiss, or you told me during the tournament that your deck is kind of spicy.
According to what my opponents were telling me, yes.
Okay.
Some people said it was gas. Some as you'll see in the trap lineup that we're playing, like the check choices I think were good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, it's cool. So big armor.
Yeah, standardized stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to go over this too much because it's like super standard.
Yeah. No, it's not standard.
Yeah, so I just want to get this out there. I'm not playing hands, and that's something that like in testing or like just in this deck in general, this deck has consistency issues. So like you don't want to brick on too many normal summons, even though those cards are really good into like floodgates and stuff like that. I just wanted to play a consistent game at Yu-Gi-Oh with a bunch of trap cards. And this kind of let me do it every time, because as long as you get to armor in some capacity and Geargias, you have multiple switches every turn to make rank 4s, and your cards float. And that's a big thing in hat. Everyone forgets. The monsters that you need to have to establish your game states is so important for tempo. Yeah, this one, sometimes I draw it, but like in this deck, we have a way to put this out of our hands. So
all right, I'm hoping to see that.
So because of that, I guess our spicy card of the day. This was played in hat, but like I don't think a lot of people were standardizing by this.
Yeah.
Is Ancient Gearbox.
Okay, I remember this card.
Yeah, so when you add this off Geargias, essentially you have 7 targets in your deck, which is Geargias, 3 MK2, and 3 Arsenal. So essentially, with this deck, you get to play discard outlets for free, but also get new engine, and that's like really important.
Okay.
So, and then another thing is that like, if we'll get to the spell line of Soul Charge, this is another body. So the one body in these formats make a huge difference for Soul Charge.
Sure. Okay.
And then this is kind of controversial in Geargias, but like in this format as the format has evolved, I think you have to main 3 Maxi.
Okay.
I think that a deck like Water, Dragon, Sylvan, you just can't keep up with those decks because they're just gonna make Felgrand. So as long as you get to have more cards, it's really good. But like again, like you get to see more engine, which is like something that you can break the board with going second.
Got it.
So I think it's really good. And then surprise, right? This is also really controversial.
Yeah, some play one.
So during hat, everyone played 0, 1, or 2. Again, I feel like moving forward, the format's gone too fast, especially with Maxi. Yeah. So like you can go like make a rank 4, answer the board, Soul Charge, make Geargias, and then set trap cards, and that puts you far ahead, going second. But this is also the best top deck in the format.
Right.
So if you can't beat their Soul Charge, you have to play it yourself.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And then the last card is the spell Dark Hole.
Yeah.
I was expecting mirrors, I was expecting hands, so like if you go second, you need something to answer immediately.
Right.
It's also just good against established boards. Like again, you're trying to play the grind, so you want to play as many cards to like get you back in the game. This is it. 3 Gear, Rescue Rabbit. Like why would you not play it? Crazy. I've end phased this a lot, so it's really good. 3 Wire Tap, because it is the premise of the format. MST is like really like not safe because like no one's really playing floodgates. Like the Dragon's probably the only that can main deck skill drain, and that's like a variance thing, right? Like so, and then everyone's playing hat and Geargias, right? You just want to deny them Geargias or Sanctum. Okay. So like this is the best card to do it. This is the best 1-for-1, and it shuffles us back in the deck too, so it's like kind of relevant there. 3 Blackhorn. Again, like if everyone's playing mirrors all day, like I want Blackhorn to trade with the Geargias since they can't float, but also the way that this deck is operated, because you're protecting armor, they're just gonna have to make Diamond Dire Wolf, Exceed, stuff like that, or Exicons, and like this needs to answer this immediately.
Okay.
So like they have to fall into it, going into multiple backlight. And then again, going back to the whole Gearbox thing, discard traps.
Okay,
I think
you're playing discard traps. Okay.
Yeah, so I think this card, if you played it in Dragon, it's really, really good. Like it's some of the best cards in the format. So having this card in your deck not only does like it does what Wiretap does, where it puts it back, but you're also being cards like boss monsters like Stardust Dragon, which is under skill drain. So like again, and putting those floods on back on top of their deck is really good. So not only like it acts as a pseudo removal, it's non-destruction, which is like also for hands.
Sure.
Now this is what everyone fell into today. This card's broken.
Right.
If anyone's played like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, this card's literally Solemn Strike. But the problem with this card is the cost is too high in most decks, right? It just so happens that in this deck, because you get to play Gearbox and you're adding it back from grave every turn, these cards are broken when you top deck them.
Right.
And a lot of times too, like during Swiss, every time my opponent activates a hand in grave, they'll like activate and you're like this and you're like, oh
No.
yeah, like they immediately wins the game.
Got it.
So like having these temple cards make it so that like the moment your turn comes back, you kill them.
Got it. That sounds good.
And then Deep Prison, I think hands are important, so you have to kill this. But also just Stardust Dragon or like Colossal Fighter, any big monster.
Any big monster.
So it's really good. And then 4/1 like you have to play them.
Right.
There's probably an argument not to play this or this because you're establishing a board, but because like you need momentum swings and you're top decking, you need something like this.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay.
That's it from the main deck.
40 cards?
42.
Okay.
That's another big thing I want to mention with the main deck. So you'll notice that like I'm not playing Upstrike Album, which is extremely common in this deck. The main reason is because I don't really care about top decking a card. I care about not giving them light for soul charge. Like because the difference in top decks is that like if you one more monster can make a huge difference in like breaking your board and like establishing their board, right? So by that logic, I don't want to give my opponents life points.
Got it.
So, and then either way too, you're trapped. I'm playing 21 traps. You're bound to draw at least 2, or if not 4. So like the deck is still consistent.
Okay. Cool.
Side or extra?
Whatever you want.
Okay, let's do extra.
Okay.
Geargias, this card is Dante.
Right.
Like so, like please, and this adds
A little worse than Dante. Let's be fair.
Well, like, this is Dante pre-dual lines.
Yeah,
like this card's crazy.
Yeah.
But the reason I also played this deck because this is the best consistent deck you can play every game. But because Accelerator is just a hell of an extender, you can probably kill them. So like you make multiple Geargians and just win the game on the spot. Also, they result like a bunch of back row. Something that I took my friend Jose from like way back, and I don't think anyone's doing this. 2 Emerald.
Okay.
So
I saw someone say that this card is bad in Geargia.
okay, let me explain why. Like, I guess that this card like draws you cards, but in this deck you're trying to grind, right? So like, it makes it so that you can have the best grind game in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, and then we've also learned that during Zoo format, like 2 is so essential when like you're looping rats and stuff. So like, why don't you loop accelerators and like Geargianas or MK2 so that your gear goes out again? And then again, this goes back to the idea of +1 gear. You want to draw as many cards, and then the moment you soul charge and do this, the game is over. And then if they kill one, you have the other, so you have an instant loop. Like you're never running out of monsters.
The Emerald loop, yeah.
Another thing that's controversial, but like I think it was like the move for me. I didn't really do it too much, but I think this was the move. 2 Dweller.
Okay.
I just think that like Macrocosmos, Skill Drain, and Soul Drain, I think those cards are good. It's just they're not consistent. So why don't you just make the Floodgate monster that is consistent enough every time, especially through Soul Charge? So like it puts water on check, it puts dragon on check, every graveyard deck can check.
Got it.
Especially hands. Especially when you're predicting hands are coming in, you just make this and they're like you're free. You have to play 2 chop cards, but it's definitely doable. This I made it a couple times really good. Made this once, I think it was good. Make this every single game. I probably just play more. I think the way you play this deck also is that you bait back row as much as you can and then just soul charge.
Right.
This was really good in Top Cut. However, I lost just because I Rhapsody did the wrong thing for soul charge. So. But like making your gear get big enough to kill Leos is really important.
Yeah.
Because like the deck can't beat over big monsters half the time.
Yeah.
This came up a couple times, and I will say that like this being available to everyone now works the whole format because this is a money card back then. So now that you have it, you should play it.
You should play it.
And then
only one.
Never made it. Like. But it's good. I think it's fine. This card I make like almost every time I can because this is Night Beam as long as it's on the board. So as long as they're not playing like reactive battle traps, you're solid.
Got it. Which is very rare in this format.
This I think I made a lot. My only issue I think with my side deck, I should have played more of these because of how my deck operates. But I think this card's okay. It's not the greatest thing. You can probably play Acid Golem, you're playing for Skill Drain and stuff. But I think you need this for Floods.
Okay.
I did for the side deck. Famous key for all the floodgates.
What's floodgate?
Yo, so in Swiss, I play Great Keeper, and that card just Necro Value just destroys my deck.
Yeah.
So I needed it for that.
Okay.
But like, I only cited this for like skill drain or like decree of anything like that I see.
Rivalry? I don't know if that's something.
Yeah. Well, rivalry is really good in this deck.
Yeah.
So you 7 tools. So this is like I think it's gaining popularity for some reason, but everyone had played this too. Even main decked it at some point.
3 wiretap, 3 7 tools.
No, mainly two back then. I think siding
I'm
3.
talking about now. Yeah.
I think siding 3 is really important because if you're playing versus hat and gear, the problem is that like you're just trading traps. And you can't let these cards resolve because they're just too many pluses. So when you're playing like these wiretap, counter trap wars, you need as many of them as possible to resolve. So like especially in the mirror, like against the mirror, you want to deny Gear. Against hat, you want to deny Sanctum.
Unfortunately, it destroys it, right? It destroys the Sanctum.
Yeah, but like that's kind of like the whole point is that I don't want certain trap cards to resolve.
Yeah.
I just want all my plays to go through. So that I can OTK,
Got it,
right?
got it.
Like, so I think this card's really good. It's also the other big thing was trap stun. I wanted to make sure that card was never resolving.
Oh, okay.
So Denial Ceiling, just for all the combo decks. So every time you soul charge, like I have set armor, right? So there's something 3 or 4, boom.
Boom. Yeah.
So but like I wanted to mainly going second versus like dragon, water, stuff like that, because this beats Leo and stuff. So like I wanted this somewhere in my deck.
Okay.
Through Rivalry, this like one of the best floodgates. Because like if everyone's playing different ties, this murders all of it because you're just playing Geargias. Like that's another big thing. I wish I played Zen mains at 2 because like it's a machine.
Yeah.
So you're as long as you summon MK2, like you're crashing your Zen mains, you can like pop back row or like their problem monster.
Got it.
So like I think moving forward maybe you play multiple. Well again it's something that everyone has to test at this point.
True.
And then 3 Bandy Emptiness. So originally these were the like Soul Drain, Defissure, macro cosmo slots, right? But the problem is those cards aren't good going second.
Yeah.
So like my game plan was like, even if like I see Soul Charge decks, like combo decks, sometimes like you need to do this, break the board, and then make your board and emptiness them. That's how you want to do it.
Okay. Combo down, huh?
Yeah, double down. But also it's just like decks that just soul charge you, they try to break your board. This is like the last card is soul charge, you're like boop, and you have a Geargian or Honor Arc, and that's like a soft block.
Got it. Okay, so do you remember all your matchups throughout the tournament? A lot of hat?
Yeah, no. So round 1 I played Gear.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Armil?
Oh my god, I blanked.
It's okay.
Blood Tooth blank. Round 3 was Great Keeper. Round 4 Madolce. Round 5 Gear. Round 6 my opponent's hungry, so you don't want to play it out. And then on top cut I played Water, and I have a bad matchup versus that.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup.
But like, I would basically play 5-0 in Swiss, which is like, I didn't expect to get this far with this list. But I knew that like if I got to play every game, and I got to OTK my opponent, cool, I'm down.
Yeah. So are you gonna be playing more hat format in the future, or this is your pastime to go back to current?
Maybe like so it's kind of like, I think hat's good to explore.
Yeah.
It's because like I think the skill expression in this format is very good, where you have to know all your matchups, but you have to also like deck build properly.
Yeah, that's true.
For a generic game of Yu-Gi-Oh, not just like for matchups.
Yeah.
So I think that like for me, like Gear was like something that I knew from the past very well, and because I decided to play like some of these like tech cards here, everyone had to read my cards during Swiss, and like it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out in your favor.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, it was nice having you on the channel for the first time, and congrats to your undefeated in Swiss record. Did you win anything for top 8?
Not. I think a year or so, Matt.
Yeah, you got an Yggdrasil mat, I believe, here at the
so.
Collectibles Exchange. So we're gonna be hosting more format tournaments in the future. So yeah, if anybody's watching wants to join a tournament here in the Inland Empire, definitely join. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.